Fotis was in the morning, okay?
Okay.
Your life with Fotis is over,
No, I know.
okay?
I know.
From this point forward, your life with Fotis is over. It's done. You need to think about your daughter,
No, yes, of
okay?
course.
This is your time. You're definitely not being fully honest with us, and I want you to be fully honest with us, because there's no way he's home, because he had never been in that home. And we found there through science. Okay? So,
Okay, but what do you want to... No, yeah, what do you want to know about the morning?
We want to know where was Fotis was home at. If he wasn't home, what period of time was he not home?
you need to tell us the truth.
Or were you visiting
No,
somewhere?
I wasn't. I mean, I have... All my morning, I had doing things that it's completely proven because I have photos, I have texts.
We believe you, okay? We don't believe that, as we told you from the get-go, we're not lying to you. Alright, we believe that you were kind of dragged down a certain path, okay?
So he used me.
Isn't that what Fotis does? He was with somebody else and met Jennifer and moved on. He was with Jennifer and met you and moved on. The pattern, correct? Do you see what's happening here? Do you think that was not going to happen to you? We know Fotis. We've looked into Fotis, just hear me out. If Fotis was not home in the morning, which I know he wasn't, he knows he wasn't. Your attorney even knows based on what we've told him that Fotis was not home.
So maybe he wasn't.
No, you know if he was, and you need to tell us the truth. Because this is very important. The stuff you were throwing out, we have. And it's all Jennifer, it belongs to Jennifer. Do you understand? You need to help these people. These children will never have their mother again. Okay? We need to find where she was, and if you know anything more.
No.
I'm not trying to pressure you, and I'm not trying to turn the tables on you. I'm just telling you that some of the things you've told us, they're not right. A lot of the stuff you've told us is very true, and I believe that you're telling us a lot of the truth. If you're trying to protect him,
No, I don't want to protect him, but
if Fotis wasn't home, you need.
Did he tell you he was going somewhere on Friday morning?
no. I mean, I always believe that he's in the office because that's where usually he is, in the office.
So can you
But
say
I don't-
100% that he was home in the morning? Yes or no?
Well, now I don't know.
And you didn't wake up in the same bed?
No, that
Because you
I
slept with
did.
your daughter.
I slept with my daughter.
And your daughter definitely wasn't going to be home because how long in advance did you know that she was going to be at school till 7 p.m.?
No, until 9:15.
And 9:15, but you knew it prior to. Do you know what was in the FedEx thing that he threw into the sewer?
What?
You have it. So he did throw something in the
I
sewer.
remember handing something to Fotis that he put in the sewer.
There was a FedEx paper bag.
Did you hand that to him? You have a video here.
You're on video, so this
I
is the
know, I'm
truthfulness.
trying to think. I don't think I had anything, but I do remember
You're
that.
not sure was if you got an Xbox, like mailer?
Huh?
Like a
Yeah,
mailer?
because he has that in the office. He has all the FedEx. Because he sends every time things.
Did you ever look to see what was in there? Okay, I'm gonna tell you what was in there. Okay? You used to have a 2007 Chevy Suburban. Fotis did color black, right?
Sorry?
Fotis used to have a Chevy Suburban that was a 2007 model. No, are you aware of that?
I didn't know that.
No.
You may not know that? Okay, he did. It had Connecticut license plates.
Uh-huh.
The plates that we found were in that FedEx thing dropped in the sewer, and the plates were changed and doctored. So if the police saw them, they didn't read to anything. So what I'm trying to explain to you is that what happened to Jennifer didn't just happen to Jennifer, it was planned, calculated. And Fotis is a planned and calculated man, is he not? Am I wrong?
No, I guess I don't know.
You know you live with him.
I know, but I don't know the
I'm not saying you-
license plates like this.
No, we're not saying that. I'm just trying to.
How he is.
How he is. He's very calculated, yes.
Yeah, I know.
He's smart, right?
So,
Yes,
does any of this surprise you?
yes.
Yes.
What surprises you?
was like, when you say Chevy or Suburban, he did have a Suburban before.
Is that what surprises you, or is what
No,
surprises you
the
what
whole
you're
thing.
learning that we believe he did to Jennifer?
Yes, I mean,
That
everything,
surprises you?
everything.
Okay, is there anywhere that you know? Alright, so basically, here's the fact. Fotis killed Jennifer,
No.
okay? This is a fact. We know this. We need to find Jennifer. Is there anywhere that
Did you look in the house?
we're at your house?
And?
Listen, just answer his question, okay?
Is there anywhere that you can think of, other than your properties, that Fotis goes to where Jennifer could be?
He has property in 585
Deerfield?
Deerfield.
We know about that.
That it's a house that I told you that the mom used to live. 80 Mountain,
We have that.
84, 88,
We know about that.
those blocks.
What about places that we might not know about? Fotis has set up a plan to make Jennifer disappear. Okay? And she has. But he thought he was good. But he's not. Alright, we're very much aware of what was going on. We just need to find her. So is there anywhere else that he frequents that you might know about that no one else does where we can look?
There's the one property that these are 3 lots right before it has his signs
Oh, that's right.
in Mountain Spring.
Okay.
I walked that with him and the guy that bought it actually, a couple. This was like
This we know.
2 weeks ago or
Is there any other places that aren't listed on the website that are under development that you can think of? Does he Heights or whatever? We know he's a wild horse kid.
yes, in the pond,
We
we're
know
all
about
the
the
time in
pond.
the pond.
We know about the pond. Okay, and self-storage and Avon and the property
Yes.
behind. So you understand, I'm not trying to upset you, but these are the facts. Okay? He will lie and deny this.
He was what?
He's gonna lie and deny this if you ever speak to him again. But there's overwhelming evidence. Okay? And there's evidence to prove Fotis has never been in Jennifer's house. We have confirmed that.
He did though,
When?
but I don't know if he was inside.
He's never been inside according
okay.
to the people we
Wait,
spoke
went to the
to.
party?
Which one?
Okay, what were we gonna say, that he did what?
On Saturday that he spoke with his lawyer, or Sunday, with Jacob. Jacob said you have to do a timeline of what and he was in speaker. You have to do a timeline of what happened that Wednesday. Because if you were inside that house, you can be like in trouble, something like that.
This is Yakov, time record?
You know what?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so Fotis started talking, he said, okay, but tell me. So Fotis said, Jennifer bought a basketball
Yes,
thing to throw.
there was one at the house.
And she said, which this is very weird, for the 2 years that they've been fighting in court,
Yes.
they were not talking, they were not texting privately, everything was through a family, whatever.
Right.
Huh?
Yep, go through them.
And emails, but copied through their lawyers. For what I understood, they never had communication, they would never talk without these two tools. It did surprise me that after the report came out, that I haven't seen, but that Fotis told me about, that Jennifer changed. They started talking over the phone. They talked like 2-3 times. That I was upset because I'm like, be careful. I mean, if the report is good for you, let the judge decide, because now everything is like favorable to you. And she's like, no, I think she gets it. I think she understands that the lawyer is trying to get money out of her and extending the case. Anyway, and I was upset. I'm like, no, she's maybe playing something to manipulate the situation because she doesn't want to lose the kids.
Let's try to go back.
So
Did you go to a psychologist to talk after that?
Yes,
All right.
yes.
This is just, I think it's important we can.
with him,
Okay, just tell the gentleman But you did. You went to a psychologist, right?
I said I want to talk to a professional because if she really has borderline personality disorders, plus depression, plus a mild something of anorexia, and she's taking pills, this is a person that it can be harmful and she's gonna try to manipulate. And I wanna know what's gonna be my condition. Being around her for the rest of my life and with the kids, if you get them or if you guys, I was concerned. So he called Humphrey, we made an appointment and we met, so this is like 2 weeks ago, like before Friday, when the report pretty much came out, which I don't remember. We went to Humphrey. I wrote in a paper what borderline personality was, what are the traits of like fear, abandonment, low self-esteem, but whatever. I know them pretty much by memory. I wrote in another paper, that paper it should be in the house. I gave it to Humphrey, so he read it. I write in another paper like red flags about Jennifer that Fotis has told me in the past.
You're getting this information from Fotis.
Yeah, well, like she changed her name 3 times. I mean, that she ran away to Aspen and changed her name to get money from the family.
So you went to the psychologist?
Yes, and I was upset. I was very upset. Humphrey, after we read like 67 things that I wrote, he said, listen, we have to wait what the court says, what's going to happen. It's all favorable, whatever, to you, but we don't know what's going to happen. Apparently they were all talking that now they're worried, concerned about the kids being with Jennifer, that it should be okay to Fotis have custody. I don't know what the legal.
Okay, Fotis wanted custody, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Can I direct you back?
Yes.
Can I ask you a question? And then I want you to talk more about it. Where on 80 Mountain Spring is Jennifer located?
What?
Where is Jennifer on 80 Mountain? Like, where would Fotis have put her?
You're talking about the properties on Mountain Spring Road.
Yes.
Where is her body on the property?
No, I don't know.
No. Tell us all you can about the property at 80 Mountain.
Well, the property, he rebuilt it, he did a new, I know it pretty well, the house, because I've been going in that house for already a year, since it started building, reconstruction. It has a lot of green in the around. It used to have a tennis court, it's gone, it's grass now.
It's grass now. When did that happen?
The tennis court?
Yeah.
No, when they were doing the paving before, like, I don't know.
Has anything new happened since this began? Construction?
No,
Paving?
I know he goes every now and then and he puts the ribbons so people don't drive in the grass. I know about a month ago maybe they fixed some part of the grass with the company that put the grass.
Okay.
I don't know what else to tell you.
So
I
there's,
mean,
there's nothing new in the last week that you're aware of?
No, because I haven't been. I know that Stefan, the realtor, has been doing open houses on Sundays. I think Fotis went there one Sunday, the last Sunday.
Okay.
But that's the property that Fotis and Paul were on? That you were on?
Yes.
On Friday?
Yes. But it's not this. This is an old picture.
Well, it's an old picture. I want to make sure we're talking about the same. I want to make sure that
What about the other lots? You said the lots have been subdivided?
Of this one?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And he has 2 signs. He already sold 88 to the Pavlonis.
Okay. Has anything changed on those lots that you're aware of? Is it just a vacant lot with no building?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just woods?
No, it's open.
It's open?
It has like the house in front has 1 tree,
Okay.
and those 2 lots are very open.
Okay, there's no houses there, you're saying? There's just lots of grass and fields? Okay, I haven't been there.
Oh,
So
no,
what?
I've ridden a motorcycle there a year ago,
Yeah?
yeah.
So
But it's grass, it's like natural.
it's very tall.
No, not tall, but I mean, yes, you find like bushes.
Which is
But it doesn't have like woods,
okay.
like the lots next to the ones on.
So is it in a sense that if you were gonna build there, you'd have to clear a lot of brush? Like you're saying, like bushes and stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's very clean.
it's very clean.
I mean, you go down there and you'll see it.
Alright. Do you think Pablo had anything to do with this?
No, but I mean, I'm not gonna put my hands in fire by anybody.
No. I'm just asking your opinion. What do you think? I don't know these people you do.
Okay, no, I do.
Are they capable of such things in your opinion? Or are you surprised by this?
No, I am surprised, but I mean, I know Pavel is the one that goes down to New Canaan. Fotis goes to New Canaan because he has to see the kids. Wednesdays for sure, and Saturdays or Sundays, depending on what work.
Can you tell me with 100% certainty that you saw Fotis in the house on the morning of the 24th?
And when I woke up, yes.
At what time?
7:40 the alarm, 7:42 I was in the room.
And for how long of a time did you see him?
It's 6:40.
6:40, okay. And how long of a time did you see him for?
No, just in the shower and then I left. Down, I did the juice,
So just to go back, at 6:40 is the time you saw Fotis first in the house, and then you don't see him again until you have lunch? So basically from 6:40 to lunchtime.
No, sorry, I went back to the office.
Okay, what time?
9 o'clock. It's not
9 o'clock?
No, less. 8.
You went back to his
Like,
office and saw him?
He was with Kent sitting at the far end of the office.
And that's at 8
And that was
o'clock.
like 8:15, 8.
Okay. And so from 8:15, you didn't see Fotis again until around 1, 2 o'clock when you had lunch?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so the last time you saw Fotis in the house was around 8:15.
Yes, but supposedly he was in the office. I don't know.
What do you mean supposedly? Why do you say supposedly?
Well, because now you're saying that if he killed him.
No. Just, it was a simple question. When did you last see him?
Okay,
And when
I
did you see him again?
last saw him in the office.
At 8:15.
More or less, yes.
Okay, so sometime around the 8 o'clock time. Okay. And then you didn't see him again until lunch between 1 and 2.
Yes, and then actually from 9 to 11:30, I was in and out
Yeah.
a lot.
Just, we're not accusing you, we're.
And there's a lot of proof that because.
No, it's not you.
Okay, no, because now I'm like nervous that.
No, listen, all right,
We're being honest.
they're asking you a question. When did you last see him in the morning? And when did you see him again?
8, 15, 20, 17, because that's the time I arrived. And when I went to lunch, that he said, let's have lunch, and I went down the stairs, so that's around 1, 2.
So was he wearing the same clothing at 1 to 2 when he was asking for lunch that he was wearing in the morning?
Look, in the morning I saw him naked, and then
You didn't see
I
in the
ate,
office, in the
I didn't see him.
Okay.
I heard him,
All right.
and I said hi to Kent. I mean, Kent did say hi.
What's Kent's last name?
I don't know, but it's the lawyer at Fordham.
Okay, I think we know.
But Fotis did change his clothes between when you saw him at lunch to when you went to Starbucks. Because you said he had a hat on
He had
later.
a hat.
Was he wearing the same clothes all day? Just
He
put a hat?
had a, no, I think he had like a light blue,
So you would say he had a light blue
yes,
shirt and jeans.
and jeans.
And then he went home and he changed. Because you identified him in a photo wearing a white
A
t-shirt,
white t-shirt.
dark pants and a hat.
No, but the jeans are the same.
It's the same pair of jeans though, so you only change the shirt? Okay,
Yeah, he only has 2 pairs of jeans,
okay.
He only has 2 pairs of jeans?
of blue jeans, that I'm aware.
That you're wearing.
Okay.
One that are like straight and the other ones are more that he just bought them, a Lucky Strike, a brand, because he bought 2, a blue jeans and a black jeans, like.
Now, do you know what a zip tie is?
The what?
A zip tie. It's kind of like a plastic thing that you can loop around and a lot of things. You can put them on wires. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Fotis use them or in the house?
I know, yes. For our water ski handles,
Okay.
he put some tubes, which my handle has, because otherwise my head or my arm can go in. And he does have, see, wide.
They're really wide and long?
Yes.
Okay.
And he had, the ones that he put on me, and it's in my handle, you can go to the palm and see it. I think they're like kind of wide.
Does he have a storage unit up
Oh,
there? Because that Avon self-storage is like storage units, right?
Yes.
Does Fotis
He
have
has
a unit there?
Oh, I don't know. I went once, like 2 years ago, because he wanted to bring some furniture to the house that was from the mom, and I said, I went to see it, and they were like super old.
So, how big are they?
We took only one thing that was a mirror, a gold mirror.
How big are the storage units?
No,
Smaller than this room? They probably vary in size,
they're
right?
a little bit bigger than this.
Okay,
And there's Hodge. Those are Hodge.
I understand. So, you went up there at one point to put furniture up there?
No.
Or he did?
But this is like in 2017 that I went there for the first time and only time.
Mm-hmm.
He had furniture from the mom,
Mm-hmm.
that because the mom lived here.
The mom lived at Deerfield.
Yes.
And when you're done answering John's question, I kind of want you to talk a lot about what you know. The address, 585 Deerfield, okay? So first finish his
So
question.
mom lived at Deerfield, you got some furniture, you wanted to bring it home, took you up there, showed
Yeah,
you,
just
and you
to
thought it
show
was ugly?
I thought it was
Oh, so it stayed there?
Yeah, it's probably there. I don't know.
Okay.
I do know that he had at some point, which we never talked about those storage. He had 2 and he wanted to get rid of one. That's why he said, why don't you come and maybe we can take things from the to the house. And when I looked, it was like a flower, like things like that.
Okay.
But this is like in
So 585 Deerfield, that was where his mom?
Yes, that's where supposedly the mom lived. And the house is like in pieces. It's like falling apart.
Okay.
No one lives.
How is the property? Is it messy? Is it full of like trees and woods?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, but it has a beautiful view that I usually, when we take clients, because a client went there, we go in the car around with the car, we stop, we see the view, and then we come back, and there's like actually a beautiful tree that I always tell Fotis, can we take this tree to Fort Jefferson? It's like a Japanese,
Okay. Mhm.
it's a very nice tree.
Like, okay.
It's like purplish, deep.
So, the house is dilapidated or it's not in good condition?
Sorry?
The house is not in good condition? It's like falling apart and no one lives there? What's going on with the property, do you know?
Oh, he's trying to sell
Did you
it.
try to sell it? Okay.
Yeah, it's in the market. It has a sign from Stefan.
Okay.
And this is Deer Cliff or Deerfield?
No, Deer Cliff Road.
Deer Cliff Road.
It's like we live here and it's here, the property. Like I can walk.
It's very close.
Yeah.
You
it's-
could walk.
Yeah, it's only
Okay.
20 minutes walk.
Okay.
Is there any work going on the property or?
In that one?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But it is listed by Ford Group as an available property.
By Cordwell Bank. Stefan has it.
Okay.
Big for a real term.
So it's available for development?
Yes, or if because there was a lady that wanted to buy it and reconstruct that house and live there, and she wanted to buy that for 600, whatever the house.
Okay.
But four groups still owns it, right?
Yes.
And four is Fotis' company?
It's what?
Is Fotis' company, Four
Yes.
Group? Is he the only owner or is there other? He's like listed as the CEO of it.
Yes, it's supposed to, the company started with a sister,
Mm-hmm.
but like, I don't know in what year, 2004.
Mhm.
No, mentira, no, sorry, I don't know. And the sister moved back to Greece. Then Fotis stayed that, because 40 means four of Fotis and Renata, which is the sister.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So three got four.
Yes.
Is he close with his sister?
Yes, and I've been talking to her, she's been calling me.
Do they talk often?
Yes.
Now, you said something earlier about you were going to one of the properties two weeks ago? One of the Four Group properties? Was that one of the Mountain Spring properties?
Well, we go to all the properties very much.
Was there one that you went to, if you remember, 2 weeks
Well,
ago?
80 Mountain Spring we go,
Okay.
to check it out, to show it. 585, we just drive, I never go inside the house because the house is not,
Is there a dumpster on the property of 585?
I don't know.
Go ahead, you know.
I didn't have a question, I was just gonna.
It has a garage, that it has a car, a Fotis, a Porsche.
Oh, the Cayenne's over there?
Yes, the Cayenne is inside
He
there.
parks it there?
No, it's broken.
Oh,
We had an accident in that Cayenne.
okay. When was that?
It was in winter. With Nicole, we were coming from the movies and coming out the house. Fotis was obviously driving fast. It was icy, and we crashed. And Guillaume, back then Guillaume, a worker of him, came and picked me and Nicole up, and Fotis stayed. But this is like a year ago, the accident.
Alright,
So this is irrelevant. But the car is there.
alright.
Do you have something else?
Go ahead.
You originally told us you got back to around noon, you're back at the house, you had lunch, but that was really at 1, 2 o'clock.
Yes.
So you got back to the house around 1 or 2 o'clock?
No, like before, because
Before?
Alright, let me tell you what my notes say. You told us that you got back to the house around noon, and
exactly,
that between 1 and 2,
we had,
you heard Fotis calling you from
Yes.
downstairs saying, hey, can we have lunch?
Yes.
Is that
yes,
accurate?
When you got back at noon, was that Suburban there? You
yes,
need to be positive.
I am positive,
So when you got back at noon, the Suburban was there.
yes.
So you saw it?
Yeah, because it's parked next to the garage, next to the space.
But you didn't see Fotis for another hour.
No.
Okay.
That's why in my mind, Fotis is there, because the car is there.
But you didn't see the Raptor, or you did see the
No,
Raptor?
the Raptor wasn't there. Well, no, unless it was in the
Okay.
car.
Alright, I just want to ask it clearly. When you got back to the house at noon, you saw the Suburban, correct?
Mhm.
You did not see the Raptor.
I did not.
So you really don't know whether the Raptor was or wasn't there, right? Is that correct?
Well, if it was, I didn't see it.
Right.
If it was in the car.
Okay, so you don't know whether it's there.
Exactly.
Okay, that's fine, I just want what is in the basement of 4 Jefferson? In other words, there's a refrigerator?
There's,
What kind of,
there's 2 stairs, one from the mudroom and one kind of like from the entrance. If you go from the entrance, you turn straight, it's a room, a guest room, right? I call it the dead room. Because
the dead room?
I call it as a joke.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry,
It's okay.
because
Sure you have your reason for it.
well, because it doesn't have window, it's like all
Okay, so
furniture.
it's stagnant, it's,
And now I use it only a few times when the house is packed with people. It has a bathroom.
it's got a floor?
Yes, no, yes, the basement is completely done.
Okay.
That's in front. Then on the left, there's a big playroom with closets with all the labels, games for the kids, a big rug with tables on the side, a piano that Nicole uses a lot because she sings. Then there's the gym. I mean, if I get out of the room, the gym. At the right, there's a little library and a winery, a wine cellar. You've been into the house now?
No, we personally have not.
Okay. And then if you go to the other side, I mean, again, straight from the stairs, on the right, there's another playroom that usually we have like set with race cars. Right now it has some labels because we've been working on labels. We change it when Fotis changes a lot. That's like his, whatever he wants. There's a storage room in front that has boxes, things of me. It has all his DVDs, like boxes and boxes of DVDs. And then you keep going, then there's the elevator, then there's the whole thing for the television, like with all the media and television, internet and whatever. And then there's and then he has a thing for praying, like with virgins that was from the great grandfather, he always said.
I have a question that might seem a little strange for you. When you and Fotis were in the Raptor, when you got in, did you notice the bags?
No.
No. Did you ever notice a foul smell from those bags, like garbage or anything?
No, because I didn't see I mean,
when you were in the car, when you stopped, there was no strange odor or sense?
No, because I didn't get out. And I'm like, why? Why would I have to come?
When he was lifting the bags, did they appear to be heavy? Did you take note?
No, I don't know.
Were they very large, or were they?
They were a garbage bag. And
Big garbage bags, or like the contractor type, or just
Yes.
small?
yes.
So
I mean, I don't know the brands. I don't know.
I'm just asking if you observed anything of note. Is there
Like
anything about this?
construction, But we have bags in the house. If you open the drawer in the pantry, we have like 4 boxes of those huge.
And you never really, did you question him a lot about why you were stopping and throwing out at random?
Ask what was in the bags.
No, why do we have to do this now? And he's like, no, wait. I never finished the story of like when the police came.
Tell us, please.
Okay, because after we went to the Starbucks, we went to the house. I threw the sandwich because it was disgusting.
You like Starbucks, huh? So I'm with you, Michelle.
Terrible sandwich.
You're not offended, don't worry. Go ahead.
So I went up. I'm in the laundry. I see a police car come. So this is like at 8:30.
This is 24th Friday, we're back on.
Yes. And I go out, and I was about to go down the stairs, and I'm like, and I see Fotis, and I thought this is a police car down. And he's like, I know. He walks to the door. I didn't go down because I see police and I panic. I don't know why. I think because I've seen too many terror movies. The police talks there in the door. It doesn't go in, or Fotis doesn't go out. It was like in the door, in the middle of the door. I go to my room. I was in Nicole's room, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to be here. I go to my room. I went to the bathroom. I changed my.
That's
Go
okay.
on, sorry.
And then I go back and like, what happened? And he says, the police just said that Jennifer's missing. I'm like, what? He's like, yes. I'm like, but missing from, like, well, obviously the typical conversation, missing of what? Like, did she die? Is she okay? Like, did she take the kids? And then Fotis said, I don't know, I have to call Lauren. So he tried calling Lauren. Lauren doesn't pick up.
Okay.
At that time,
Lauren's the babysitter.
the babysitter. At that time, I went, I have to pick up my daughter. And he goes, no, I want to go with you. I'm like, no, you stay. And I'm like, no. So I'm driving, Well, no, he's driving, and we arrive at the school at 9:15. And I pick up
This is
Nicole.
at night?
Yes,
Yeah, she did the Chicago.
she had the Chicago show. And it's in the text, like, okay, what time? And she's like, I'm about to, it's almost finished. And I'm like, I'm here, I'm parked here outside. And she's like, okay, I'm getting out. Like, that conversation is in my phone.
Okay, what's Fotis doing? He's driving which car?
The Cherokee.
Okay, what is he doing while he's driving you to Michelle, or
To
to,
Nicole. No,
to
he
Nicole?
was driving and sitting there, and we were like
Is he on his
talking.
phone too?
Yes, he started making calls to, I think, Mike Rose, then Jacob, and then at some point the police start calling me.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob says, do not answer the phone. I answered once, and they said I'm a reporter for whatever. And I hang up, I'm nervous.
Jacob told you not to answer the phone?
Jacob said, if you see numbers of don't answer, they'll leave a message.
This is all on Friday?
Yes, at night.
Okay.
We arrive to the house, obviously I'm stressed out. I take Nicole to the room, I don't tell her anything. She gets changed or whatever.
Does the call pick up on the stress in the house? Between you?
Not that
You're
day,
stressful.
but then after, yes. And then I have to tell her at some point, listen, the mom of the kids, she's missing. Everything's
Fotis
gonna be
upset?
fine. What do you mean by upset?
Is he
Like angry?
concerned?
Oh,
Well, is he
yes.
angry?
No, he's concerned, and then I don't know who he talks. I think that police, and the police said, and he said, please can you tell Lauren to pick up the phone or to call me?
Mhm.
So he called her and she told her yes and told her the story. The story I know is that that Jennifer told Lauren to pick up the kids from school and that they were gonna meet in the doctors and the dentist, I don't know what time, in New York. She never appeared. Lauren gets nervous.
Right.
And
So,
I
but
heard.
we know that, Michelle, but,
Well, but I
the
hear
evening
that.
of the 24th, you are with Fotis, and he's contacting people, and he's concerned about
Yeah.
Jennifer.
After the police come.
Right, after
Yes.
the police tell him Jennifer's missing,
Yes,
he's concerned.
yes.
Is he contacting Lauren, you said?
He contacted
And why is
Lauren.
he contacting Lauren?
Well, because I guess
To
Lauren.
find out about details
If the
about
kids-
Jennifer?
No, he wanted to know where the kids were.
Okay.
He was worried
He was worried about the kids, and did he learn that the kids were okay?
No, yes, because he spoke with, and apparently Lauren said that police said not to drive to New Canaan, to the house, because there were a lot of police, so it's better for them to stay in
Okay.
New York
Right?
with a grandmother. And
Right.
then one of the daughters, Christian, was having a sleepover.
Right.
Which I said, well, how come a sleepover if you're supposedly you don't let sleepovers? And he go, I don't know. Jennifer knows doing whatever.
Was there supposed to be a visitation going on the next day?
Yes,
Okay.
he was.
And was that put off?
Yes,
It was put off because of Jennifer's disappearance and her absence?
because I don't know. For what he told me that Lauren, the police said to Lauren not to go, so they stayed in New York.
Okay.
So he went down.
But we know that. We know
To-
that. To Manhattan.
No. Saturday he went down to meet with Puebla and the kids in the suburban. Saturday,
To where the kids were.
yes.
Right, to the grandmother's?
No. To New Canaan because
Oh, to New
supposedly he
Canaan.
was gonna meet.
Okay.
And I think I wasn't there, but from what he told me, he spoke with Jacob. Jacob said, come to the office, and something like that.
All right.
And
It's very convoluted. Did you ever receive a voicemail from a police officer?
two,
Okay.
and you listen to them.
Did you ever call, for who was it from, do you know?
You can, but I think I don't call them back.
Why?
Well, because the lawyer, Jacob, and you told me not to call that, they would call me back. I never answered that. There's two voicemail.
Okay. Okay. So I need to button down a little bit, going back to the 24th. Noon, you arrive home between 1 and 2. Fotis is at the bottom of the stairs calling for lunch. You guys have shepherd's pie.
Bueno, hasta de papas con, pero bueno,
Okay.
sí, no.
All right. So, at sometime after that, Fotis calls you on the phone, and he's already at 80 Mountain Spring, and he says, we have to clean up there, bring cleaning supplies. Is that accurate?
Mm-hmm.
Do we know what time Fotis called you?
No, it's
Okay.
okay.
Fotis's phone number is the 8625. At that time, was the 8625 number? Business number?
Well, he only has one for the business in himself. It's at 80, it's on 860, and I don't know.
478-8625?
Yes,
Okay.
Spanish name.
That's the phone that he no longer has. That's one of the phones he no longer has.
And
And,
then on Saturday with Jacob, he gets another one.
okay.
Or on
Tell us
Saturday.
about that other one. Do you know what's the phone number for that? Is it the 4877 plus
Yes,
48? Okay.
yes.
Where did you get that from?
For what he told me with Jacob, got it from him. Got
Okay.
it for him.
Okay, had you ever called him on that phone prior to Saturday or Sunday?
No, because he didn't have
Or
it.
he did. He's had that
He did?
phone. Yeah, he's had that phone.
The 777?
The one that ends at 4877. He's had that phone, I believe, since March of this year.
What?
Whose name is that phone in?
Wait,
Do you
is
know?
this the same number that Jacob got?
This is the same number, the same phone that was when you guys went to get your fingerprints taken. Did Fotis have a phone with him that he lost on that night? When you went to get your fingerprints taken,
Yes.
isn't that you versus that name? Okay.
That was yesterday.
Right, so Fotis had a phone that was seized by the police, correct?
Yes.
Was that the phone?
No, okay, I understand. You mean the phone, that's a previous, but the number is not.
Okay, I'm not sure that's, all right.
That was.
It actually isn't because, well.
No, I don't know.
All right, so this is what keeps you. So you don't know what
I
time?
know he had a bigger one. You got a bigger one? He said, no, this is an old one.
Okay. I want to go back to the 24th, the Friday. Fotis is calling you, asking you to bring cleaning supplies to 80 Mountain, and he's already there. Do you know what time he called, about what time that call came in? Because you said between
No.
1 and 2 you're having lunch.
Yes, it's like a 3 something.
So,
Just gonna pause it at 16:39:18. Detective Kimball, we just watched you in the video. You're attempting to clarify when the defendant went to 80 Mountain. Is that correct?
Yes,
Now, I just want to ask you, did there come a point in time where you were able to review residential surveillance footage near 80 Mountain Spring Road?
yes.
What address were you able to review it from?
77 Mountain Spring Road is directly across from 80,
Was that before or after this interview?
after.
Thank you, sir. Continue.
3 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay. And then you were, well, can't be 3 because you're saying with 2:15 and 2:30, maybe these times are messed up. 2:15 and 2:30 you're arriving with the sheriff. All right, so,
Bueno,
You
that's
should-
why I don't.
okay, no, I don't think you're lying, I think you're confused. You don't need to
I'm
work.
not confused, I just don't know exactly what that is.
Okay, that's all right, that's all right. So ignore, this is an old photograph, but there's a little bit of information here about cell phones. And this is 80 Mountain Spring.
No, yes, I
Okay,
believe you, it's
so-
just that these
So
trays don't.
that's
make
all
sense.
right, but you remember, this is the house. That house is in the same spot now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was-
Do you know, I don't know what road this is. You know where, there's a road over here.
This is a mountain spring.
Okay, so Mountain Spring is
He
here.
built a home, that's why this is old, because, or.
Don't worry about the photo.
He built
Okay.
this house too from the
Okay.
metaphor. This doesn't exist about a year ago.
Michelle, don't worry about it. The house still exists, right?
Yes, the house
Okay,
and he
and
built.
the property is owned by Fort Creek.
Oh, yeah, that's what he tells me.
So
And it's in the website, so.
we have some times here. We have 14:25, that's military. It's about 2:25 p.m., 2:26 p.m., 2:26 p.m.
What is this number?
Those are times. Those are military times.
I don't know, I know many
So,
times.
so this is Fotis's phone on the property of Green Mountain Spring, at least as early as 2:25 p.m.
Okay, then,
So he's definitely there, and if he calls you at 3,
bueno, I said 3, but maybe he called me
Okay.
at that time.
all right, roundabout, it's not easy to. All right, so what I'm trying to get to is that, what's over here now?
Trees,
There's trees here?
yes, these trees don't exist.
Okay, these trees don't exist,
Mm-hmm.
but some of these trees
All
exist.
that
Do these trees exist?
Yes, doesn't look as much as this picture,
Okay, but there are some trees here.
but, well, yeah, all this has trees.
Are there buildings over here?
No,
Okay, so my question to you would be, do you have any idea why he would be walking around in the trees?
no. I mean, this is land trust, I think.
Okay, it's a land trust.
I think. I mean, he always says you cannot build here, you cannot build it, and this is part of not the property. There's a part that is.
So he doesn't own that property?
No, he owns this property with this and this, because it used to be one property at some point. And they
Alright, so
it's-
do you understand from a police perspective of a person that we suspect as having done something really bad to his wife?
Mhm.
We find it strange that he's walking around.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I've never walked.
So
I-
I'm gonna kind of go back to, if you were Fotis
Mhm.
and you had to get rid of a body, or if you had to get rid of a body which was no longer one piece,
Mhm.
where would you go?
Me?
Or where do you
I
think
do that.
Fotis might go? Okay, I'm not saying you. Where would Fotis have gone to take either Jennifer or parts of Jennifer
No,
to get rid of
I
her?
don't know. I mean, you're asking me something that.
I am, unfortunately, because I unfortunately believe that's where we're at. That's the situation. And
Well,
it's
I know
terribly
you go
sad.
there.
Who says we're not looking there?
I don't know.
Okay. But I'm asking you because you know Fotis.
I
I don't
mean,
know at all.
I do know that. I mean, I would never talk to him like, where would you bury a body? That's not our conversation.
Well, I don't know if you have any information to the guesses regard basically based on what you know about it. If you don't, that's fine. We're looking for Jennifer, and unfortunately Jennifer may be.
No, you said that it's dead.
Okay.
You said that she's dead because you found the blood.
There's enough to suggest that, but we believe she might have been in the bags he was throwing out.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
All right, I know that's a lot. We're gonna let you take a break and cool off and open the door.
How much longer do you
I'll have an answer for you shortly if that's okay. All right, but that's why we're,
Can you, like,
let's take a break. Think about what you wanna say next.
no, I mean, I don't have it in mind, I just have a question,
What's your question?
Like,
I can't, certain things I can't tell you, but go ahead.
no, I mean,
I'm happy to answer your questions. Do you mind if I open the door? Just to give
Please do.
the garage is not in this picture.
That's an old picture, so
Okay,
just
so
know
there's
there's
a
gonna be
garage.
changes.
There's a garage here, that's where we have the cars parked.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
We're good. This is
But
just,
this is getting like
She
worse
will.
and worse.
So, do you need more?
yeah, just for a second. No, I mean,
Just keep in mind that's still active.
okay. We can't talk. We can't talk because it's still active, you understand?
You want to tell me something?
Yeah, but we'll have to wait for them to come back and then we'll start.
I'm like, I cannot.
Don't talk here. Don't talk here. Okay.
Feel this.
You feel dizzy?
But I'm okay, I'm okay.
Are you? Well, maybe with a little air, you'll feel better. If you haven't eaten, you're exhausted. So.
There's still more questions, if that's it. Later. So we can. It's just that there's something there, that's just. Just the way it's been. So, stay at home. Let's just make it do. Did you already do it? We're just gonna stop the recording now.
All right, so
You
you
can
stop.
talk to your attorney this time. Stop.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for it.
Just gotta keep it out, sir.
I'm sorry, Michelle. I'll make it sure that
If you want to privacy, but we understand that it's a.
Yeah, because it's very, you know, there's not a lot of air here.
No.
Okay, so, as long as everyone's.
Pausing the video at 17:08:05. Detective Kimball, I just want to indicate there was a jump in the time here. Is that because the recording was turned off
Yes, it was.
and that was for purposes of a break? Is that correct?
Yes,
All right, and now we're resuming with the recording. Is that right?
that's correct.
All right, thank you.
I think we talked to the attorney. We understand that you and Fotis have a relationship and you're concerned about him.
No, not anymore.
Well, yeah, we concerned about yourself right now.
I'm not.
You have a child, you
Yes,
have a mother, you have a family.
yes.
Presumably, see, you have, I don't want to deprive you. We told your attorney, we are fair people. We don't want you to go down for something that you would not harm. But we also need details and we need
Okay,
more honesty. There are some things that you've been saying that you've been very, very detailed with, and there are some other things that we consider important that you've been kind of skipping over. So,
like what?
well, like what was going on Mountain Spring, 80 Mountain Spring, when he called you up there on the 24th.
I went to, he said, bring the cleaning things to clean the house.
Is that normal that you
Yeah.
clean your
Well, usually I take the cleaning stuff for the cleaning days, yes, that's, I mean, I don't do it every day, but I've done it at least 6 times of my life to that house.
Okay. And he was there helping you clean, or was he doing something else when he was in the house?
I went into the kitchen, I started cleaning, but it was like, because usually someone else cleans it, either Renata or Lupita.
How many times did you clean that house? You personally clean that house?
When I've taken the cleaning stuff like 6 times. I cleaned it myself maybe like 2 times.
Was there something coming up for that house? Some showing or something? Is that why you were going there?
Saturday. And I think Sunday too, there was an open house.
What is,
And it was very dirty, I mean, dust.
just from being not lived in?
Yeah.
What is Fotis, best of your knowledge, Michelle, what does Fotis have? Does he have one storage or more than one in Avon units?
He told me at one, I only went there once, that he had 2 and that he wanted to get rid of 1.
So you,
But that you can ask Haj.
yeah, when you went up to 2017 and with the furniture, that was, you looked at one, there was one storage unit that you looked in, you didn't look in more than one?
No, that was like 2 years ago.
Okay, so what was in
There
that
was-
storage, what
there
kinds
was-
of things were in that storage unit?
Okay, there was a mirror,
Yeah,
a
so
tool,
furniture.
yes, a bed,
Any
mattresses.
smaller things, any construction tools?
It was more like furniture, like I remember some chairs, I said, why can we take these? I'm like, no, they're horrible. It was like a flower chairs. Well, he had the things, it was packed.
No tools that you know of, crowbars, sledgehammers, hammers,
But
saws?
you guys can go.
Well, yeah,
They do what they choose to do.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. As far as driving around Hartford, like I said, it was multiple stops, it may not have been 30, that might have been misinformation, but it was certainly numerous stops throughout a period of an area that you called scummy or scary
No,
or,
because I never go
right.
there.
and did you
I
ask
have
him?
never been.
Did he
Yes,
tell you
that's why
anything
we-
about what he was doing? Did you question him any more than, can we get out of here? Did you ask him what was in the bags? Did you
No.
know what was in the bag?
No, well, in my mind it's always like construction things. Even maybe, I don't know, the cleaning from the house, I don't know.
Okay.
Like, this
So
is-
those bags ended up, I'm sorry, those bags ended
But they
up,
weren't like blood walking, nothing.
so there was no visible blood that you saw. Do you now remember the FedEx box?
It wasn't a box, it was like
FedEx.
an envelope
What was in that one? Okay.
that he has in the office. He has
Okay.
envelopes because
Alright.
when he sent
Did you
it.
find it strange that he was putting that into a sewer?
Yes, I'm like, what are you doing? He's like,
But what I find strange is when I asked you about it, you lied to me and told me it didn't happen. That you didn't.
No,
I also find it strange that you keep all your receipts on that day, but I've seen your car and it's not kept, you're not that organized in my opinion. So do you understand why we're kinda not like, we're kinda not believing some of what you're saying?
but if you go.
It sounds very well rehearsed
No, no,
and
no.
planned.
No, we've talked about it many times.
Yeah, we've gone over
We've
the
gone
timelines,
to
but
the timeline a lot. Now, the purse,
I want you to know, this is not rehearsal. Because any lawyer in this situation would ask her the same questions that you would ask when it comes to what did you do on that day? But there's no rehearsal here on what to say.
I'm not saying with you, I'm saying perhaps with, you know, you've had a lot of time to discuss the situation while all this was going on for the last, I'm not saying your lawyer is doing so, but you and your boyfriend. Did he ever kind of talk to you about how to handle when we approach you? Did he ever coach you? Did he ever tell you what to
you
say?
just say, keep calm, this is gonna be over, stay strong. I'm like, Fotis, I mean, this is like the last thing I want in my life. It's like, stick to it, and I actually,
Stick to what?
well, stick to being okay.
Stick to the story?
Stick to it, stick to
No,
it
no,
meaning
no,
what?
no. Like, stick to, like, stay calm.
Paused it at 17:14:08. May I just retrieve 2 exhibits?
Yes.
'74 and '75. Detective Kimball, this interview was on June 2nd, 2019, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. And did you subsequently become aware that the defendant's residence, 4 Jefferson Crossing, had been searched on June 3rd, 2019?
Yes.
Handing you exhibits 74 and 75, just ask that you familiarize yourself with those and can actually open them if you need to look at them.
I don't have gloves.
Oh.
Thank you.
Just for the record, could you indicate what you're looking at, sir?
Right now, I'm looking at Exhibit 158.
I'm sorry, it's Exhibit 74. States Exhibit 74 for trial purposes.
Okay. 74. 74.
And can you just indicate what you're looking at?
I'm looking at 3 sheets of paper, which appear to be photocopies of timelines.
And do you know where these were found?
These were found in a briefcase in the mudroom at 4 Jefferson Crossing on the 3rd of June.
Were you aware of these documents on June 2nd, 2019?
No, it was not.
And if you could just put those back and look at Exhibit 75.
Now I'm looking at Exhibits 75.
What is Exhibit 75, sir?
Exhibit 75 is a single notebook page of a timeline, 2-sided.
Were you aware of this document when you interviewed the defendant on June 2nd, 2019?
I was not, no.